And the next, the world number 1, the stone, LIN from China.
Stone Cold Shidong. A nickname that has been around for a while that we don't use on the air too much because, well, his name sounds a lot like the Chinese word for stone, shito. So, a man who's solid like a rock, the world number 1. He's the smaller of the two, but he's a very well-balanced, powerful right-handed player. And he's also the star of the sitcom that the table tennis world has enjoyed for months on end now and is still very much on the air, the Shidong Show. So, his best of 7 final will be the first player to win 4 games to 11, must win by 2. Here's the tale of the table, head-to-head in WTT. LIN Shidong has won 1 of 3 encounters. Wang CHUQIN, the other 2/3 of them. It's essentially a battle for world rank number 1. I could talk about it for a while, but I'd like to talk about it with my friend. I'm Adam Bobrow, and joining me here, Fraser Riley. Welcome back, Fraser.
Great to be with you, Adam. It's all come down to this.
Assistant umpire,
So nervous, so
Christoph,
I've got the
Bulgaria.
for this men's singles final.
Well, you're not alone in that. Hengyang Lin, our umpire from Singapore, actually a player herself with medium pips on her backhand, little fun fact for you, will be officiating the final match of this event. One that seems quite unpredictable.
Red for LIN, black for Wang. Black. Winner of toss, choose receive.
So the coin has been tossed. They'll have a 2-minute warm-up, and we'll have a chance to take you in our DeLorean for a little look back to the past, when LIN Shidong played in the semifinals at the WTT Champions Macau 2024. This, for me, was the next level. He had already won, what, a contender and a star contender. But then he comes out here and beats the world number 1, 4-1 at a Champions event.
Yeah, that was mind-blowing. Incredible achievement. That was right before the China Smash, where he was a Triple Crown champion, or nearly a Triple Crown champion, should I say. Did that in Singapore. What a young player he is, still only 19 years of age. And like we said, the Shidong Show dominating the second half of 2024.
One of the players that he beat when he met An Jae-hyun, he beat Gao Chungrui, the Chinese Taipei team. That was a really close battle. Gao Chungrui was playing some incredible table tennis. He's had a tough draw to get here when you think about it. The form that Liang Jingquin is in, I think it was statistically the most one-sided match of them all.
Incredible to say that he lost to him only recently at the Asian Cup. Here's Wang CHUQIN, 24 years of age, just 100 points behind LIN Shidong.
King of Africa from Nigeria, Alexi Lugano, recently played with the president of Bangladesh. Jules Morgan is defeated from Paris 2024, and Tomo Kawasaki is defeated from the CHONGQING World Championships. That semifinal, you and I were there, wasn't a dry eye in the house from CCTV to every seat in the arena. What they're playing for here, the prize money. The winner doubles the prize money of the finalist. The loser, champion, gets 60,000 plus that taller trophy. Don't get me wrong, the short trophy is nice, but when you know what's up for grabs, you're fighting for the big one. And look at this, world number 2 with a landslide here. I mean, this is 82% of the fan vote, but all you have to do is walk around this stadium or the fan zone and look at the merch, and there's no question about why that fan vote is the way it is. He's also got 2/3 of their 3 encounters in WTT, so not that far off.
First game.
That's right.
LIN to serve.
Here we go, though.
Lawful.
So this is it, the final match of an incredible week to a packed stadium in Chongqing. And it's the world number 1 stone, LIN Shidong, to serve it all. Little break off the top of the net, some fortune for the man 100 points behind. Sounds like a lot if you're thinking points in the game, but in the world rankings, that's just breathing on the back of the neck.
That's a great style for Wang CHUQIN. The straightest arm in the Chinese men's 18.
Just watching a little biopic that WTT produced that you and I had a chance to make our appearance in, and it's quite a story with the Wang CHUQIN story. back.
3 love.
They're so different in their style of strokes, too.
Yeah. Lin Shidong is a little bit more tucked with the forehand, it seems. Incredible backhand, maybe the best backhand in the world, Lin Shidong. Couldn't get that one back though.
And the forehand of Wang CHUQIN driving this vehicle right now. He's finding opportunities to get this shot. He's just trying to stay loose over here. Some physicality from Lin Shidong.
Yeah, got a bit of a slow start against Liang Jinquin earlier.
Didn't seem to stop him.
1-4.
Shidong's bench. The tactic is right. Serve a little shorter, follow your serve, get your shot in. This is the first rally, it feels like, in some time where he's actually taken a quality opening shot. He just didn't manage to execute the way he had intended.
Yeah, that's right. Had his chance there. Just fell short.
Nice.
That's nice. Soft hands near the net. Neat and tidy from Lin Shidong.
A little reminder for the players, him himself, that there are a lot of ways to win a point, and it doesn't have to be with your explosive power.
Pendulum serve. His classic serve. He also brings out that shovel as well to bring himself out of trouble. Wang CHUQIN hasn't used it yet.
Surprise, surprise, a long push that looked like it was going to be a soft touch just behind the net.
And then this giveaway with this ball motion. The last split second comes through that. Great pace on it. Relentless. Absolutely relentless. I mean, I was watching the match between Wang CHUQIN and Harimoto. Harimoto didn't look to play badly at all, Adam.
Yeah, here Wang CHUQIN working much harder to get his body in position. Lin Shidong, the more balanced of the two players, but felt like just sort of trapped in that rally. Not here. Quick escape. Long serve comes in. If he's anticipating Chiquito or a short serve, he's going to be in some real trouble here, but he holds his ground and just rips that ball.
That was key. It wasn't obvious to us whether there was any giveaway.
5-7.
Once again, a 2-point ball game at the tower break. You mentioned slow start earlier on, and it has been, again, on the air, the Shidong show, since just after the Summer Games.
And most of the points that he's won in this opener hasn't won with big shots, he's won with touches and pushes.
It's pretty crazy when you think about maybe the most explosive player in the game. This goes to show you, again, versatility, and that at this level, it's really a thinker's game. How do I solve the puzzle? How do I shut down my opponent, even if I can't play my favorite shots? The edge with the speed and the short side to not even move, really? How are you guys not impressed?
9-5.
Wang Hao, if this is 2005 and this happened, I imagine you'd get a reaction on the other side of the table from Wang Hao.
Man, stone cold.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to check in with that group. We'll check in with the Chinese coaches just here and there after some magical points. Thanks in advance production team. Can't wait to see the faces there. 5-game points, Wang CHUQIN. And the touch shot bugs the flip. 11-5, a dominant start. He just cleans his racket. Business as usual. And that biopic he talked about Ma Long and his role model and how he behaves, the focus, the tunnel vision, that's what he has out here. He's got 10,000 fans screaming massively, as loud as can be. And he cleans his racket like he's alone in his room. 11-5, focus. can't play all the events. Lin Shidong played a lot more events last year. That's not to take anything from him. He's also 5 years younger than Wang CHUQIN and took over the world #1 spot. You don't hear about players that young becoming world #1 so often.
I think he's the youngest
Second
ever
game.
to become world
Wang
#1.
serve.
In the WTT era,
Local.
yes. In modern records, yes. So let's say 2000 and after.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Love 1.
Good length there, using the table as an obstacle, the half-long touch shot. Section on the spin game. I recently saw the WTT and TTD post about Wang CHUQIN building his favorite player, and very casually when they asked him service, he said me.
Yeah, I like that.
Me too.
Nice and cavalier. And
1-2.
he actually praised Lin Shidong, saying he'd take his backhand any day of the week.
This for me is honesty. It's not bragging. It's just objectively, yeah, I'm happy. I've worked hard. And compliments to my opponent as well. So, always a fair guy, knows how to save face.
Even chose Morgard for celebration.
I like that. Both of the LeBron brothers for their personality. Either.
Yeah.
Both are good.
2-3.
Bit of extra spin on this one, Lin Shidong. Just 1 point in front, but after the scoreline last game, he's going to have to look to get a much earlier start.
Let.
I like that he watches that all the way, takes that extra moment. I think anyone who's ever played competitively at a club knows someone who will do that just to say, okay, I'm going to study and make sure I know exactly what you just served me.
0 hesitation. That is just scary, frighteningly good from Lin Shidong. This is his trademark.
Yeah, heavy spin comes in, ripping backhand with barely any backswing. There's a reason Wang CHUQIN said I'd have his backhand if I could. Tested, but the lob is not over. Heavy spin and not an easy ball. Look how far behind it is. He caught the edge. He caught the edge for the escape. Oh, you want to see the rally continue. All right, Lin Yuan knows what it's like to be on the other side of this. The racket's turned around for the springy side out. Now he's back to the spin because that's how far away he was. He needed that top spin from the black rubber.
Unbelievable. They are so difficult to get over. So difficult. But again, Lin Shidong back there. So strong. How about a roll reversal? What a fade to finish there from Lin.
I was impressed that Wang CHUQIN made the first one forehand, but it cost him a bit balance-wise, and so he committed to stepping around once more. And in that, Lin Shidong already had his plan. Wang CHUQIN's fate was sealed. He's down by 2 now. So fast and efficient, and he passes by his first game scoreline, Lin Shidong.
Just violent. Striking that. Playing that parallel, good recovery from Wang CHUQIN. That one too hot to handle.
The difference, the smoothness of the forehand compared to how much effort, explosiveness in the backhand, it's quite shocking. It just goes to show you how fearless he is when it comes to taking the backhand.
No flash, please. No flash, please.
Little reminder here to keep the best atmosphere in the world, the best atmosphere in the world. We're looking at her.
All the fans just pointing her out. It's so intimidating.
Her, not me, her. Although that narrowed it down to about 95% of the stadium. Gender-wise, anyway, good times. Players really quick to call it out because it is just such a good atmosphere in terms of the lighting. All lights on the stage.
Beautiful forehand from Lin Shidong. That exaggerated affirmation. Thinking about where you want to finish the stroke upon the point of contact can help you create better quality. Good momentum for the world number one.
There it is, 6 of the last 8 points. Man, the king of the jungle, Lionheart out here, just shredding that chop block as an appetizer. That was a wonderful chop block.
Beautiful. And an interesting little kick up touch there from Lin Shidong. See Ugo Calderano doing that. It's like a forehand touch, but a top spin one, more from beneath the ball.
And this time inside the table to get his lead up to 4 points. Little role reversal, score reversal, at least from game number 1. Quality opening backhand. Doesn't cross the line. His racket does, which of course he's allowed to, but he's not overcommitting. Have you seen defense like this from CHUQIN? What does it feel like? Man, Lin Shidong has lobbed down some of the best in the world here, and he came close earlier. That edge ball for CHUQIN, one fishing shot. Not sky lobs, just fishing, a little bit above head height. And getting ready to turn for the forehand. This time, his timing is right. Inside out attempted by Lin Shidong. Tongue out, gotta love it. Good deep push here in the set. 4 game points to get his first game on the scoreboard.
Bit of frustration there for CHUQIN, missed his bread and butter shot there.
All right down the line, ski ball, skates it, and rail slides it past. So 11-6, almost as dominant as the game that was imposed on him in the first game. This is really, so far, all we hope for in terms of quality of rally. We can only hope that it goes 7.
Yeah, man, unbelievable. The fans getting every penny's worth of their tickets here. That was such a silky finish from Lin Shidong.
Scores on screen. 17 points for CHUQIN so far to 16 of Lin Shidong, but in the end it doesn't matter. It's the first to win 4 games who becomes the champion.
Start game. Lin to serve. Local.
So Stone, Shito, Lin Shidong starting off with the serves here and the momentum after winning game 2. They've each managed to surprise each other with a big parallel shot here and there. Feels like a tug of war. Both showing their defensive skills along with the offensive that they're trying to employ early on. Here's breaking both serves. CHUQIN on receive, doing a wonderful job to get a head start. You want to see the rally continue, and it did for quite some time, considering all the net involved.
Yeah, an incredible rally. His forehand is just imperious.
Players, play on.
Unplayable there for Lin Shidong. At that time, not helping him out.
Before this, I just paired with the memory of that biopic we just saw where CHUQIN was a sick, unhealthy kid. and to figure out how to heal his weaknesses, they brought him to play some table tennis to see if it would get him in better shape, if it would get him stronger. And look at him now. So physical, so fast. He's everywhere he needs to be. We've seen videos of him in the training hall doing band exercises the last moment before his match. Not a point dropped yet for the world number 2.
Lin. Love 5.
Service toss not vertical enough. Nearly vertical, no more than 30 degrees. Off of straight up.
His body. Such a physically taxing style as well, CHUQIN. He seems to go for broke in most of his shots and still has to recover. It's amazing.
24 years old, and already the strength, the skill. He spent the majority of the last year and a half. It was his world number 1. That as a kid, you know, he talked about crying being away from his mom and saying he wanted to go home. She said, stay one more day, just see how it is. And he did, and he's like, you know what? This is a challenge. And he took it.
Imagine if he would have said no.
1-7.
You know, these little things make a difference, a butterfly effect.
So on the point now to the scoreboard, the world number 1's got 1 points and games, but the serve success quite heavily WANG CHUQIN's in terms of head-to-head there. 52 points.
2-7.
With the low 30s on the other side.
Yeah. Well, barely seen this high-touch serve from LIN.
I like it as a response to question of verticality. People have asked me about Dina's tomahawk serve. People who are very intelligent people, they're like, he ends up 5 feet away. How is this nearly vertical? And I'm like, because you're comparing it to how high it goes. That's what it is. It's the angle. It's not how much you move. You could be outside the table on the right side of the table and end up on the left side of the table by the time you contact it if you toss it high enough.
That's a good point.
Thanks. Speaking of good points, 4 in a row for Lin Shidong.
Let.
7-4. I love it. I love it. This is the future of the sport. Give it a little bit of time. This will change. Just to clarify what I mean by that. As Lin Shidong scores 5 straight points to respond to the 7 straight points for WANG CHUQIN. There are a lot of rules in the sport, and the sport is very nuanced, not always easy to enforce. My hope is that there will be technology to make it easier to enforce visibility on the serve. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens.
I'm completely with you there.
Two big points out of the tower, or just 1 big point. That was the 8th. It's been a long time. 1st and 6.
The rest of the respite for WANG CHUQIN. Guarantee at least a 2-point cushion with that forehand. Great rally.
The speed, he's got it all.
And the touch of LIN Shidong so wide, playing it with the forehand from middle was unusual. I love this. Oh, wow.
Yeah, like an inside-out little brushing flick. It actually reminded me of Timo's drop shot against Chen Wei-Xing.
Austrian
open. There we go. Game number 3 still open, but getting close to closed. 5 game points for a 2-1 lead. The side of the table that's been dominant every game, this side WANG CHUQIN is on now. Oh, a stone! Stonehenge over here. Didn't move. Held his ground, this block. This is wisdom. Look, even a casual backhand opening.
The minerals. Look at how cavalier that last backhand was. Didn't move a muscle.
Channeling his inner Koki Niwa.
7-10.
Channeling his inner Lin Shidong there. Beautiful forehand power. I was just thinking about the comeback. You score 7 straight points in a game to respond to being beaten 11-6. And your opponent gets 5 in a row. But that serve comes a little bit loose, and Wang CHUQIN turns the corner and puts it away, takes advantage of the time and the space. 11-7. They just keep getting closer slowly. Will there be time? Interesting pattern here. If you tied Yang to the score line right now, it would create a God's eye on this scoreboard. We'll see. We'll talk about that in a bit. It's 2-1, Wang CHUQIN and Lin Shidong, the world #1, continuing game 4 to follow.
Fourth game, Wang to serve, love 4.
Back for game number 4, Wang CHUQIN blowing on that racket hand to keep it cool for the grip, drying the other hand to make sure he doesn't get the ball wet on the toss.
He knows Lin Shidong's gained that advantageous position at the table. Plays with additional spin. Getting a bit more dwell when further back there and pinning it to the middle.
Yeah, rare for us to see Lin Shidong in that position. With the right foot in front, and he's playing a forehand, having the drop right after. Same scoreline start, except this time on the serve for Wang
Silence,
CHUQIN.
please. Love 2.
Again, if you're just tuning in, nothing superstitious about touching the table, just drying their hand between towel breaks, which come up every 6 points. Oh, you want to see him get it back. He was backpedaling. He was fooled, it seemed, on the serve.
Yeah, incredible.
Love 3.
Look at this here.
It's going the other way.
And what a backhand.
Leaping. That's scary good. That's the type of serve that would be untouched by many. How did he even land to come back to the backhand corner?
How do you stop Wang CHUQIN from playing with this power inside the table?
He's 4/7 of the way to where he was last game at the start, but that feeling's the same.
So collected with that block as well. You can hear the effort coming in from Lin Shidong.
It was in a busier part of the season when Wang CHUQIN first became world #1, and it was quite brief. But he made his stay, much longer stay in that spot. Just a little bit of time in here, caught off guard, the ball came back. Whatever he was pointing to, I think, was himself. Just talking to himself. The briefest of moments he holds up for a moment. Take a look. Interesting. I think that's his way of saying, okay, next time, this is where I'm going to play to shut down that option. In a weird way, it's almost like you're playing defense while you're attacking, simply by picking the placement to make sure that the opponent can't exploit an opening where you're not covered. So much closer than last game. Lin Shidong making his comeback earlier. Incredible defense. He does a 360 and it comes down still. this point go as long as it possibly can. The first two shots look like they should have won the point, and he managed to spin them back somehow.
360 lob, incredible.
The flair on the world #1. 19 and gaining experience like this in the middle of the Shidong show. There's the backhand that Wang Chuqin chose for the perfect player.
You wonder whether Lin Shidong may try and push out a little bit more often.
It's been a while since he's used that shot. Early to the wide forehand can be effective against a lot of left-handed players. Down. He had the same issue earlier today against CHUQIN, whether it was traction or whatnot, but it seems like he's playing an even better match out here in terms of control and power.
Literally, I have to say that myself, he's zooming shots.
Play on.
How do you stop Wang Chuqin in this kind of move? Looks good kill.
The shovel serve comes out. Both of these players we were talking about earlier, it feels like they've been saving them.
Yeah, he was starting with the pendulum serve, Lin Shidong, then the higher toss. Changed to the reverse pendulum in this game, and now back to shovel.
7-5.
Two outright, well, the point before set up a third ball, but an outright service point here. This is not the angle. No. I know why you laugh. Yeah. Table tennis aficionados know why you laugh, and it's still a good question. From where we were, we didn't have the best view. Did Wang Chuqin? We don't know.
I keep my mouth shut.
Good pressure in the middle here. Wang Chuqin. I mean, they're both playing, and most players are really overwhelmingly pushing the envelope in terms of verticality or visibility of the service contact. Anders Lind talked about it very openly on his channel on YouTube. Nice spin with the backhand, not a kill shot, just positioning and placement. Confidence in a 4-point lead on receive. 2 big points to come for Lin Shidong.
Let 5-9.
Towards that backhand half, he stayed where he was. It's unbelievable, the balance.
An unbalanced scoreboard with 5 game points. The counter attack, and he moves on a 3-1 lead. A man 1 game away from what I imagine will be #1 in the world. And Lin Shidong has enjoyed the seat, but he hasn't paid for a year's rent, far from. Got a ways to go, but it's not over yet. He's been able to come back. Started slowly in several of his matches. He's gone the distance. Was dominant over Wang Chuqin at the China Smash. So, let's see Wang Chuqin right now. Definitely a man on a mission. Lionheart, 11-7, 11-5. And he needs 1 more game to take the title. Game 5 after this.
Game, Lin to serve, love all.
Game number 5 could be the last if Lin Shidong doesn't have something to say about it. He's got the serves to start it off, trailing 1-3. That said, the idea is right. Mix it up, serve long with the shovel serve. Had that come down, it would have been a very awkward ball, but quick point for Wang CHUQIN.
Four.
Ooh, false.
Two love.
Salt in the wounds.
Players, play on.
In all fairness,
Play on.
table tennis aficionados
Love.
around the world have been waiting for this day for years. It's not easy when it happens, especially after you just served off the table. But Wang CHUQIN has to worry about the same. And a
Time out.
timeout here for LIN SHIDONG because he's going to have to regroup. Took some risky serves, but this is when a player does push the envelope, when they're in trouble. How much can I get away with is the question, right? How much advantage can I gain before I get punished for it? That's sort of it. It's been the rule of the game for a long time.
And in these matches, you know, in these kind of final matches, it's well within the umpire's right to clamp down. And, you know, a lot of fans criticise that. Or why would they try and get their moment, the umpire, in a match like this? But
this is the umpire doing what the umpire is supposed to do. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, from this angle, that's like, if you don't call that, why do you have a job? This is perfect from Hang On Lin. I mean, it's absolutely right. People will trample all over you if you don't call them on that.
yeah, it's just the consistency that upsets people, isn't it?
Tough to know, tough to know. A lot of things upset a lot of people, but all I'll say is they're both going to have to watch out for this match. They've both been warned, and one of them has been faulted now. And fair and square, we love watching them play. They're the two best in the world.
Let. Two love.
But fair and square is how they're going to have to play the rest of this match. CHUQIN takes the first point out of his opponent's timeout. The world number one, LIN SHIDONG. What a response. Baseline serve. It feels like a bullying serve. He manages to keep himself close to the table. And even with the third ball, counters it back.
I haven't seen the Wang CHUQIN backhand so aggressive. It's such a full stroke. Like this in quite a while. Really been looking to improve that side, it seems. I mean, look, over the years it's been the forehand orientated players, the forehand dominant players that have been the history makers, the trailblazers. LIN SHIDONG a little bit different in that sense, but maybe because that's an innovation. Something that can disrupt things.
Inside the baseline, springs forward, the in and out thing. He recognizes it so quickly. It's not an easy ball to play. Might have bounced the second time on his half if he didn't steal it from inside the baseline. Some fast thinking, some even faster moving, and the tongue out. Chateau. When that foot comes up like that, the stomp that follows that big forehand, it's dangerous. And the short side, oh, that wraparound is so iconic.
Impending doom.
12 of the last 16 points with flair. Man who's known for his style when he's off the table.
It's like if the base of the table was going straight down near the edge of the table, one of these players would break their toes coming in for these forehands.
Yeah, they're both moving in so incredibly quickly to earn that shot. Long way to go still. 2-6 down. Ooh.
2-6.
Can you imagine?
3-6.
It's funny, moving over to the forehand side, I think in some senses, and also the verticality was good, right? No problem, but just trying something new. You've got a memory, what you're used to doing is no longer maybe okay. Just in the sense that you'll get called for it. Never has been really. 2 big points here, LIN SHIDONG now. Suddenly a much more compelling scoreboard.
2 empty serves.
Good way, take a little spin off to set up a third ball. with the step around, hits the inside of the ball and makes it go out of reach.
Just squeezing and squeezing like a boa constrictor. That was an irregular transition to make. From forehand wide to forehand from backhand. Basically playing 3.4 hands mid-rally.
Right on the line, too. Speed, power, control, they've got it all.
I mean, fans in every generation probably ask this question, but how could table tennis get any better?
Man, it just keeps improving. Whether it's the technique, the physicality of the players, the training, the equipment, all of it. I don't know. This is why we've got to take care of ourselves so we can keep watching for decades to come to answer that question. Transition of weight and that full-arm stroke that we talk about so much. Soft hands there. Look at the power, the determination in that shot.
Very nice forehand there from CHUQIN. Still in the serve the world number one.
This is that near the end of the race part where you are running just behind someone else and you have to pass him by. But Wang CHUQIN turns up the heat and extends his lead to 3, 2 points away from the title. Wang CHUQIN, the man of the WTT era.
Wow, looks like the Shinrin Shah fans are going to have a bit of dessert after their hot pot tonight.
Let 6-10.
And Wang CHUQIN takes the title. Congratulations, Lionheart. World number one missed you. And world number one has been defeated at the hands of world number two, at least until the new rankings come out Tuesday. And a hard hug to the lights in the stadium and the fans